You thought it was just another age of a written page through a cage on the world stage. But we do our deeds with steady reservation. So let's start from the beginning of our destination. Romulus was the first to establish Stargate City. Through battles and fratricide that wasn't pretty. At this point it was only a tiny kingdom, with religious sects and beginning of freedom. Much like a line, we had to make another point to overthrow and to spruce up our antique joint. Now we change our kingdom to a republic of the people. Vox Populi with the dash of the steeple. Don't mistake a small nation as a weakness, as we're still growing and aren't trying to seek less. We were born to make and break through conquest, to strengthen our lands without needing a request. More wars waged, the words in your last book report. More battles engaged, the planes in an airport. Divide Impera, Veni Vidi Vici. The steel formation, arrows and spears can't breach me. But all it took was the death of one man to march to the beat of the empirical plan. Augustus, titled the first emperor of Rome. But without guidance, chaos formed in our home. We couldn't figure out who was best to serve after. From a man's fiddle to another man's laughter. Sometimes it takes hell to reach heaven. Thus rose emperors to less than 7. Prosperity was, to put it lightly, to the wheat of our fields, to the sun that shone brightly. But I won't sit here and be ignorant to pretend that this leadership was one day going to end. A vision from God united us once again, to take up the sword and contract it with the pen. One ruler was all we needed to know, until a great schism began to take over the show. East and west, it wasn't for the best. Division caused one side to put itself to rest. With a different system for our new nation, we can still wreck a country with our devastation. The third lion pope annoyed the king of Franks, but sure our holiness was unhindered in our ranks. Raiding and crusading for the most high. Numerous conflicts left eyes with no tears to dry. A millennium of time could change the landscape. Many fields to plot, many ropes to drape. There's always conflict when the world isn't the same. Sharing borders risks a concept, a zero-sum game. The last Constantine ruled before our great fall, when the Ottomans thought we weren't that great at all. What was left was a shell of a foundation divided, and the centuries passed as our fate was decided. Stood a magnificent place where all roads led. Now rest with the dead and those that dared to tread. But if you think our memory wasn't marked on history, the names of our months aren't much of a mystery. Modernity knows of the past we proclaim. Stories written of the regions we maimed, shaped, and tamed. The city-state where it all began still exists. Engraved on the earth, civilizations will persist, with many philosophies and ideas that are intact. It's not a matter of opinion, it's a statement of fact. 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 It's not a matter of opinion, it's a statement of fact.